Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Meghan Monday. I'm Megan Dorman, a functional nutritional therapy practitioner and fitness trainer. I teach women how to break up with diet culture, create a nourishing relationship with food, and build the body and lifestyle that they truly, truly want. Today we are talking about cellulite, our favorite. What is it? How do we get it? Can you get rid of it? If so, how? It really affects only women, not men really, and not girls before they have hit puberty. What I want you to know is that it is not always a symptom of being overweight. Like, there are models and celebrities, perfectly thin people who have cellulite, have that dimpling kind of orange peel texture appearance to their skin. It really has way more to do with the fascia, which I'm gonna talk about, this matrix, this protein matrix under our skin, than it does with the fat. Which is why men don't, even very overweight men, don't generally show the appearance of cellulite, because their fascia, their protein matrix underneath the skin, tends to be much thicker and stronger, and their fat stores are held at bay, kind of further away from the surface of the skin. That being said, certainly people that have some fat to lose will generally lose the appearance of cellulite when they lose some fat. So optimizing your body composition can certainly help. It's just not all there is to it. Let me explain that protein matrix I was talking about. So the top layer of your skin is your epidermis, below that is your dermis. And inside that thick dermis layer of skin is where this collagen and elastin protein matrix exists inside that dermis. And the thicker and stronger this is, the more the next layer of fat cells is kind of held down, held at bay. So once this protein matrix starts to degrade or come apart or get weaker, then the fat cells that are underneath the dermis layer can start to kind of protrude up, push through, and that's when it would bump up against the top surface epidermis layer, and then you would start to get some of that dimpling look. It's the fat cells that are getting too close to the epidermis layer because of a breakdown in the protein matrix of the dermis. So now let's talk about how does that happen, and is there anything we can do about it? The way that the protein matrix would start to degrade over time is, number one, with age. Collagen production just naturally starts to decline as we get older, and I don't even mean significantly older. Collagen production in your skin actually starts to decrease around the age of 25, which is why anti-aging skincare is actually targeted at women in their 30s and not just in their 40s, 50s, and beyond. It's very sad and rude. But collagen production everywhere in the body starts to decline over time as we age. We will have less and less of it available as we get older, which speaks to the predominance of wrinkles in people as they get older and joint pain as they get older, because that protein matrix that keeps the structure of all of our body systems is starting to kind of fall apart a little bit. So that sucks, but there's stuff we can do. A high sugar diet actually increases the rate of glycation. Glycation is a process by which sugar molecules attach onto protein molecules. It kind of sugars over the outside of protein molecules in the body and forms a new molecule called advanced glycation end product. If you will notice, the acronym for advanced glycation end product is AGE. Ironic. AGEs are these new molecules that are formed by a sugar coating on the outside of protein molecules. So I'm not saying don't ever eat any sugar ever. I'm not saying eat a super low carb diet. I'm not saying be keto. I'm not saying any of that. Sugar is not the devil, but it is something that can, if there is too much of it present in our diet, it can contribute to an accelerated aging process that might be contributing to the sign and appearance of cellulite. Ultraviolet rays from the sun can also cause collagen fibers to break down more rapidly, but we also need plenty of sunlight for vitamin D synthesis, and I think that our culture has far too demonized the sun and overblown how skin cancer and sun exposure actually work. It has a lot to do with vitamin D deficiency actually, and omega-3 fatty acid deficiency. So that being said, I am not somebody who thinks that you should avoid the sun at all costs. I just think that there's smart sun exposure, which would include making sure that you're getting some every single day, that your body is chronically exposed to sunlight, but in small doses. so that it has the ability to heal and repair from it, but still get the benefits of it. And then, of course, wearing sunscreen, a safe sunscreen that's made from minerals like zinc oxide rather than chemicals like oxybenzone or avobenzone. So a clean sunscreen when you are going to be out for long periods of time. And then the last thing I'll say is there is a little bit of a genetic component to it. There are some genetic traits that can determine how much collagen you actually produce, or the quality and strength of the collagen fibers that it's able to put together. But I just want to be careful that we don't take that on as victim language, because genes may load the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger. So you can absolutely be genetically predisposed to any number of diseases, conditions, abnormalities, dysfunctions. And if your diet and lifestyle factors are different than those of your people, you cannot express those genes. There is absolutely control that we have over the way that we live our lives and the way that we treat our bodies. So here are my 6 things that you can do to reduce the appearance of cellulite. Number 1 is your diet. We need to eat more protein because that's how we're going to synthesize and make more collagen. So meats, cheeses, dairy, eggs, wild-caught fish, seafood, not farmed, please, nuts and seeds. Increase your overall protein intake. I recommend to my private clients that they start tracking their food in an app like MyFitnessPal for a few days. Not because I want you to be a slave to calories or an app for the rest of your life. That's an eating disorder waiting to happen. But because I want you to start to learn how much protein is in certain foods, how many calories you are actually getting over the course of a day, because it could be far more, or more likely far less than you actually think. So when we track for a couple of days, you can start to get a snapshot of what you're actually doing. And I have my people start working up over time. This is probably more than you're already eating, but I have them start working up to 100 grams at a minimum for females and 135 grams of protein a day at a minimum for men. And if you are tracking for a couple of days and realize that you're closer to like 65 grams a day and you have kind of a long way to go to get to that 100 grams, you're going to want to increase very slowly. So set a goal of 75 grams a day for a week or 2, and then see if you can start adding a few things to your diet and bumping it up to 85 grams a day for a week or 2. Just start slowly working up, but I'm just giving you that number so you know that your long-term target for women of all ages is to be around 100 grams of protein at a minimum per day and 135 grams at a minimum for men. That is far more than the recommended daily allowance by the government pyramid. I will do a separate video about why I recommend a higher protein intake than the government, but for now, if you want to just take my word for it, it's how you will process better, stronger collagen matrix that will reduce the appearance of cellulite under your skin. How about that? Other things that will support your body's own collagen production are things like vitamin C and other polyphenols that are found in berries, so things like blackberries, blueberries, cherries, the vitamin C that's found in citrus, in red peppers, in broccoli. Like, we should be eating a variety of very brightly colored fruits and vegetables every day. Like, there's a reason everybody agrees about this. Holistic nutritionists, vegan nutritionists, registered dietitians, Dr. Oz, like all the people that disagree about all the things in the nutrition world, here's what we agree on. Dark colored, rainbow variety fruits and vegetables. Okay, maybe the keto people don't agree with the fruits part, but whatever. More darkly colored fruits and veggies for all of the vitamins, minerals, and polyphenols and antioxidants that are found in them. They are cancer protective, and they are also, in the case of this video, going to help your own body's production of collagen. Okay, diet was number 1. Number 2 is support your liver. Your liver is a workhorse. It is responsible for more than 300 different jobs that we have identified so far. So it is one of the first organs that can get tired, overworked, clogged, congested, especially when we are not eating enough nutrient-dense foods to support its function, and we are giving it too many things that it has to detoxify from. In our air, in our water, alcohol it has to detox, medications it has to detox, even over-the-counter things that people just take and like don't even give any thought to. Like, all of those things have to be processed in the liver. It also is responsible for detoxifying old hormones that have already been used. Once those hormones have done their job and their form has been sort of like used up or degraded, they have to report to the liver to get conjugated or turned into a form that is water soluble so they can be excreted through the urine. So old broken hormones are supposed to leave the body through the urine, but they have to be water soluble in order to be able to do that. And so that's the liver's job, is to get them into a form that can now leave the body. And if the liver is backed up and it can't do that, then those old broken hormones have to be sent somewhere safe so that they can't hurt you. And in women, one of the best storage places of fat, which is a safe storage place, is the breast tissue. So that puts us at risk of breast cancer. It's one of the reasons why many women will experience breast tenderness around their cycle. It has to do with an estrogen dominance that is possibly the result of a slow, sluggish, or dysfunctioning liver. So how all of this relates to cellulite is that your liver is responsible for 1,000 things, I'm exaggerating, but maybe not, one of which is hormone conjugation, and hormone imbalances can contribute to a degradation of that collagen protein matrix in the skin. Support your liver, support your hormones, supports your collagen. Here's how you support your liver. Things like dandelion root and milk thistle tea, or even like supplements. You can take them in supplement form or as a tea. I prefer them as a tea, but taking in those herbs are incredibly supportive of the liver. It is highly responsive to the specific compounds in those plants. I would add lemon and some mineral-rich sea salt to your water all day long. Getting some extra electrolytes and the vitamin C from the lemons is just really supportive to the liver. Eat more potassium-rich foods to support the liver. Of course, you probably think of bananas when I say potassium, but actually avocados and sweet potatoes have even more potassium than a banana does. And then, of course, you can take grass-fed beef liver tablets as a supplement. You don't taste it, you swallow it like a pill, it's fine, don't be a baby. You can order it on any number of websites. But the idea is that you're taking a concentrated form of the organ that you are trying to support. Grass-fed beef liver tablet, that is really hard to say. Grass-fed beef liver tablets are an excellent way to get active form natural vitamin A, as well as a vitamin B complex, as well as iron, as well as choline, a myriad of nutrients that would support what we're trying to do here. Number 4 is hydrate. One of the rules of thumb that I generally give people is that we should be shooting for about half our body weight in ounces of water. But if that is significantly more than what you are already drinking, then don't jump there. Your kidneys won't be able to process it that quickly. That needs to be something that we gradually increase over time, and that you don't try to cram in at the end of the day. It really needs to be a consistent, slow trickle kind of throughout the day. And you will require less water if your body is absorbing the water that you're getting. So you may actually not need that much, but you're gonna need to add some minerals to the water, some electrolytes, in order to make sure that your body is actively being able to get the water that you're drinking into the cell and not just wasting it through excretion. So the way to do that would be to add, like I mentioned, a pinch of mineral-rich sea salt or Himalayan pink salt to your water. You can also add things like commercial products like Noon makes a tablet that you can drop into the water. You can also drink coconut water or add it to your fresh water. Being hydrated is going to incredibly help the structure of our skin maintain its shape. You can also hydrate the skin topically with lotions and oils. So we really need to be giving moisture both ways, both internally and externally. Be careful about the ingredients on your lotion, because we really want to be using products that come from a company that is formulating with safer ingredients. One of the main things I look for is that it does not include either fragrance or parfum in the ingredients list. I look for things that are either unscented or scented naturally with the ingredients that they include. So naturally scented lotions or unscented body oils can be really great for adding hydration to the skin externally, in addition to the hydration that you're doing from within. Did I say hydration was 4? Because hydration was 3. 4 is exercise. The reason I'm putting this on the list is not just like, oh, lose fat and you won't have cellulite, and so the way we lose fat is to exercise. Like, sort of, yes. Like, we have to be in order to lose body fat, we have to be in a caloric deficit, and burning more energy through exercise will help facilitate getting us into a deficit. So, sort of. But the reason I'm putting it on here is not so much as it pertains to losing body fat, although that can be helpful and perhaps necessary in some people's case, but I'm saying it as a way of increasing blood flow to the area to help increase your body's matrix as a result of oxygenation, more oxygen getting to that fascia matrix that we've been talking about. Anything that's weight bearing, you're also going to be stimulating the growth of the muscles. The stronger the muscle is, the more fat it can burn at rest. You increase your metabolic rate by adding muscle. Also another video, but I can't stop saying it. You want to burn fat? Add muscle. So yes, intentional exercise, yes to high intensity interval training, yes to weightlifting, yes to all the things that you traditionally think of as exercise. Do that a few times a week. But what I'm talking about here, in addition to those things that you traditionally think of as exercise, is an increase in your overall movement. So there is some legit science to 10,000 steps a day. Like, yes, try to get to as close to 10,000 steps a day as you possibly can. If you don't have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or another way to measure how many steps you're getting, then I would just plan to go for a walk, an intentional walk every single day, like a dog. You can't, like, you wouldn't make your dog skip their walk. It's not fair to the animal. And it's not fair to you to make you skip it either. So we're shooting for as close to 10,000 steps a day as we can possibly get. And if that is like way more than what you're getting now, then set a goal for just a little bit more than what you're getting now. So if you're averaging 3,000 steps a day, aim to get 3,500 every single day next week, consistently. And then the following week, see if you can do 4,000 a day, every single day, consistently without fail. And keep doing it until you get that. And then increase it a little bit, and then increase it a little bit. Like slowly over time is how we build habits, and that is what is sustainable. That's how you get rid of cellulite. That's how you prevent heart disease. That's how you lose fat. Creating the body and the life that you truly, truly want is about daily habits consistently over time. It's not sexy, but it's true. All right, the last two things that I'm gonna talk about are related to each other. The reason they both work to reduce the appearance of cellulite is because of the way that they stimulate circulation, stimulate blood flow, and they also help support the lymph system. Dry skin brushing and foam rolling. So dry skin brushing, if you've never heard of it, just search dry skin brush on Amazon or whatever website you want to shop on. I'll post a link in the description to the set that I have, but it really doesn't matter. This is the one that I have. Mine has a little strap that goes on your hand, and it just has these really hard, like horsehair type bristles. I would do this on my legs, my arms, my abdomen, everywhere you can reach. Dry skin brushing. It is increasing circulation all throughout the body. And I would do this right before I got in the shower because it is going to be kind of exfoliating and some of your skin cells will start to get sloughed off. So after that, I would want to rinse off personally and then follow with some kind of like really deeply moisturizing lotion or body oil. And then foam rolling, another item that you can get for really inexpensively on Amazon or any website, or even find a local business to support. You can find foam rollers at sports supply stores and all kinds of places. So you're gonna wanna foam roll out your muscles in all the areas that you see or want to prevent cellulite and others. It's going to facilitate muscle recovery. Foam rolling is kind of a jack of all trades that supports your health in a lot of different ways, but specifically it can legitimately work to reduce the appearance of cellulite just by virtue of driving oxygen to that area. So everything that I've talked about today is with a view toward driving your body's own collagen production and supporting its structure underneath the skin to reduce the appearance of the fat cells bumping up against the epidermis. So just keep in mind that cellulite is a natural thing. There are statistics that say that over 90% of women report having it. So it is incredibly natural and normal and not something to feel ashamed of. Please keep wearing your bathing suits. Please keep wearing your short shorts. Please keep dressing awesome and being fabulous and not worrying about if there's a little dimple on the back of your leg. Like, please. Just know there are some things you can do to reduce it, but it does not reduce your fabulousness, my friend. All right, keep me posted in the comments. Have you tried any of these things? Do you think you're gonna try any of these things? Let's talk about it. Post a comment. If you learned anything today or enjoyed this at all, please hit the like button. And then if you have a question or just wanna like leave me a little tip, like a thanks Meg, I got your back girl, then leave a comment. And please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel because that is how you will find out whenever there is a new episode posted. So all of these little engagements tell YouTube to show this content to more people. And I am on a mission to free women from the bondage of diet culture. You can create the body you want, you can get rid of the cellulite, but you can also love yourself the whole entire time. You can be fabulous while you're working. That's the message. If you think more people should hear that message, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next week.